Welcome back to another rebuild here on Madden 19. Today I'm going to be trying to rebuild the Chicago Bears. Of course, this team is, a lot different from last year. They have Allen Robinson now on offense. They have Trey Burton and Taylor Gabriel as well. They have more options for Mitchell Trubisky to throw to. I think he's going to have a good season, this upcoming one. Jordan Howard is still the running back. I feel like he's a bit underrated. I think he should be like an 89 overall. I don't know. I think 85 is a little low. Tariq Cohen, though, he was a good rookie last year. I'll definitely keep him. Even though, I don't really need him. I do want him, though, just for, kick returning and stuff like that. This offensive line isn't terrible, but I definitely want to, trade for some different offensive linemen. Cody Whitehair is probably the best one. Actually, Charles Leno is pretty young, too. He's 26 years old, and he does have normal development. At least Cody Whitehair does have quick, which really isn't that big of a deal this year because a lot of players have quick. Kyle Long probably has quick as well, yeah. I mean, he's 29 years old. I'm probably going to get rid of him. And then here on the defense, of course, they drafted Roquan Smith, superstar development, 21 years old. This is probably the best rookie player to get. I mean, at least on defense, he's probably the best rookie player to get. 21 years old superstar is ridiculous. Danny Trevathan's here. He's not bad, but I think I'll get rid of him because he's kind of getting up there in age, and he's also pretty expensive. Nick Kwiatkowski, I always forget how to pronounce it. He's not bad at all. I don't know if he's going to play, but he's definitely not a bad player. Eddie Jackson was a rookie last year. He's pretty good. Adrian Amos is probably the best player on this defense. I think he should have star development. That's just me, but he actually has really cool stats as well. Kyle Fuller should probably have quick. Yeah, he does have quick. He had a pretty good year this past season. Bryce Callahan's not bad either. He has quick development as well. He's like 94 speed. Yeah, he can move. Akeem Hicks is a pretty good defensive lineman. Eddie Goldman's still rather young. Jonathan Bullard, I don't know. I definitely want a different defensive end. That is for sure. So let me get into some trades. I did not expect that to go through, but Kyle Long and Danny Trevathan for Chris Jones. Sam Ocho and Aaron Lynch for the Dolphins first rounder. Now I know they just got Aaron Lynch, but I can replace him pretty easily. He's only a 76 overall. This is a big trade, but I definitely think it's worth it. Prince Amukamara a first this year and next year for David Bakhtiari. Zach Miller, Bobby Massey, and Sowell for Joel Bitonio. Jonathan Bullard, John Jenkins, and Benny Cunningham for the first rounder of the Bengals. Marcus Cooper Sr., Chase Daniel, and Josh Bellamy for the first rounder of the Colts. Deion Sims, Earl Watford, and Morgan for the Jets' first round draft pick. I don't know how this worked, but I'm giving the Chargers Timu for Trevor Williams. Oh, okay. I'm going to be signing Junior Gillette just for this season because I need an outside linebacker. I couldn't trade for anybody. This is what the team looks like heading into this first season. I think this team's actually pretty decent. I think we upgraded for sure. Mitchell Trubisky has the same options to throw it to, but now he just has a much better offensive line. We got the best left tackle in the NFL, I think, overall wise, in David Bakhtiari. He's a 97 overall with star development, of course. Joel Bitonio, one of the better, offensive guards in the NFL. 89 overall with star development. Then the rest is kind of the same. I moved Cody Whitehair over to right guard, and I moved Charles Leno over to right tackle. So the left side is, the better side of the offensive line. And then here on the defense, who did we get? Chris Jones, obviously, is the biggest name I think we went after this year. And then Trevor Williams, we got him super, super easily. He might be on the trade block or something. I didn't even look, but I feel like that was way too easy, how we got him. I really hope Roquan Smith can go off this season. That would be nice. And Leonard Floyd, I hope he can go off as well. He has quick development. He's still rather young. He normally did well in Madden 18, simulation. I hope that happens again this year. So let's sim to the midseason mark, and I'll let you guys know what the record's all about. This is a bit surprising, but we are 6-1 at the midseason mark. The Bills are 3-5. Also, we have to negotiate with Adrian Amos. So the Vikings are 6-2, the Lions are 3-4, and the Packers are 2-5. I wonder if David Bakhtiari makes that much of a difference on that team. Let's check out the offense, though. How many experience points we got? We got one from a handful of players. We got one there from Miller as well. Not bad. And then on the defense, 4 from Roquan Smith. That is nice to see. Trevor Williams has 2. Kyle Fuller has 1. Also, expect me to say Kendall Fuller a couple times, and I'll try to catch it, when I'm editing the video, but I always, get confused with those brothers. So, Adrian Amos. Let's try to get him back on the team. Who else is here, though? Trevor Williams is here. Bryce Callahan, I kind of want to bring back. Eddie Goldman, Pat O'Donnell, Cravon LeBlanc will let go. Kevin White will let go. But let's start out with Trevor Williams. We have $81.2 million to try to bring in all these players. I think we can definitely do that. I'm surprised Trevor Williams is that easy to trade for. Literally gave him a 70 overall middle linebacker. He has to be on the trade block or something. Adrian Amos, though, is coming back to the team. We re-signed both of those guys. Bryce Callahan, I do want. You're not bad. You're currently our second corner. And if I end up drafting a corner or signing a corner, I mean, I can either trade him or just, have him as like the 4th. It's not a big deal. And then Eddie Goldman is currently the starting defensive tackle, so just in case I don't draft one or I don't sign anyone, I will bring him back to the team. It's perfect. Pat O'Donnell, he's our starting punter. I'm definitely going to bring him back because he's actually a pretty good punter. He's coming back to the... No, he's not. Wow, I just assumed he'd come back. Okay, I just have to improve the salary. Just showing this here, you know, I improved his salary, and he decided to come back. We made the playoffs this season, going 11-5, and we have to take on the 9-7 Eagles. But we're actually at the Eagles, so that leads me to believe we did not win the division. Yeah, we didn't. The Vikings are 12-4. They, you know, finished above us. The Lions 8-8, and the Packers 7-9. So let's check out this schedule here. The division was actually pretty close. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. 2-2 in the preseason. Won the opening 6 games in a row? Or is that 7? I think that's... Yeah, it's 6 games in a row. Lost to the Jets. Beat the Bills. Lost to the Lions, Vikings, and Lions again. Oh, that's interesting. Then we beat the Giants, lost to the Rams, and then won the last 3. The team actually looks like they played very well. Matt Ryan wins MVP, you know, for the Falcons, of course. Don't know why I had to mention what team he's on. Mitchell Trubisky, though, 3,896 yards, 33 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That was a really good season. If he plays like this in real life, I think Bears fans will be very happy. Jordan Howard gets over 1,000 yards with 11 touchdowns. 0 fumbles, though. That's nice. Tariq Cohen gets 4 touchdowns. Allen Robinson, 72 catches, 921 yards, 7 touchdowns. That's a pretty good season from him. Trey Burton, though, 10 touchdowns. I think that's what, you know, Bears fans expect him to do as well. Anthony Miller, 790 yards, 4 touchdowns. Taylor Gabriel got 6 sacks. How is this? 7 from Charles Leno and David Bakhtiari, 6 from Joel Bitonio, and 5 from Cody Whitehair. That's a really good season from all those guys. 142 tackles from Roquan Smith. Definitely what I like to see. 101 from Eddie Jackson's not bad either. We have 9 tackles for loss from Akeem Hicks, and then sack numbers 8 from Leonard Floyd, 6 from Akeem Hicks, 5.5 from Chris Jones. Interceptions 4 from Trevor Williams and Adrian Amos. Good seasons from those guys. 1 from Leonard Floyd, Junior Gillette, Roquan Smith, Nick Kiwatowski, and Kyle Fuller. I'm gonna, you know, pronounce Kwiatkowski, Kiwatowski a couple different ways this entire video. That's just gonna kind of how it's gonna go. We got 1 touchdown though from Adrian Amos. So we were 9th in the NFL in offense. That's pretty cool. What about defense? 18th. Okay. Not horrible. Definitely want to improve that, though. Matt Ryan wins MVP of the 11-4-1 Falcons. Anybody from the Bears? Mitchell Trubisky is actually in there at number 8. That's pretty cool to see. NFC Offensive Player of the Year does go to Matt Ryan. Mitchell Trubisky makes it in there at number 8. Defensive Player of the Year, Roquan Smith comes in 2nd. I really hope that means he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Then he should go up pretty well if that's the case. I mean, Defensive Rookie of the Year. What am I saying? Offensive. Saquon Barkley wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Christian Kirk comes in 2nd. All right. Anybody from the Bears? Anthony Miller is in there at number 4. Actually, I don't think I looked through the rest of this list properly. Okay, I don't see anybody else. Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Roquan Smith. Exactly what I wanted to see. And Kylie Fitz actually makes it in there as well. I'm not even sure that is. I think he might be our 1 linebacker, actually. Let's check out the experience, though. Anybody have a ton of points? I'm sure Roquan does. On the offense, though, 2 from Trubisky, 2 from Michael Burton, 2 from Allen Robinson and Anthony Miller, 2 from Daniels here. Not bad. And let's check out the defense. Roquan Smith has 8. That is nice to see. He might go up to like a 90 overall. 5 from Trevor Williams, only 2 from Adrian Amos, 3 from Bryce Callahan. We got 3 from Kyle Fuller as well. Not bad. This is what the team looks like now after spending all of those experience points. Nobody really went up that much on the offensive side. I mean, Jordan Howard's an 87 now. That's not bad. Trey Burton's an 86. Cody Whitehair's an 82. Allen Robinson's an 88. A bunch of people went up a little bit, but no one went up a ton. But then here on the defense, Roquan Smith is up to a 90 overall. He is so good. I'm really happy that he's on this team. 89 speed, 87 zone coverage. That is nutty. Adrian Amos is up to a 91. I have a point for that Hall guy. I'm not going to spend it. I'm not going to worry about like all the backups because it kind of just takes a while to go through with all those guys. But Trevor Williams also went up really well, like his individual ratings. He's got a couple where his speed went up. So now he has 93 speed, 92 man coverage. He's actually really, really good. So let's check out the overall, against the Eagles. I could have seen it over there. I think we're like an 81. We're an 83 actually, and the Eagles are a 93 overall. All right, well, we're probably going to lose this game just because of how much better the Eagles are. But who knows? Maybe Trubisky can just go off and we can win. We did lose that game. That's okay. Did not mean to go to the news. Let me check out the playoff schedule just to see what the score was all about. The Eagles are difficult to take down, in simulation, so kind of expected to lose that one. 49-24. Our defense did not play well. I am now in free agency here. We have $37 million to spend. Let's see who we can bring in. DeMarcus Lawrence. Oh, man. Hold on a second. What is his speed all about? 80 speed. Could he couldn't... Could he play in a 3-4? I feel like he's kind of undersized to play in a 3-4. But then again, it's DeMarcus Lawrence. He's a 95 overall. I kind of want to sign him and then move him to, like, linebacker. That would not be the worst move in the world. I might try it. Hold on. How many points is this? 107. And the Redskins are giving him 126. I'm going to leave 107 there in case he randomly decides to accept that. I'm not going to pursue him that much. I do need a linebacker, though, in case I can't, draft one. I could just go after Terrell Suggs just to play it safe. Or Pernell McPhee. I don't want to bring Pernell McPhee back. I'll go after Terrell Suggs just to play it safe. I mean, what's his speed? His speed's 75. So I could, like, overcommit for DeMarcus Lawrence and then move him to linebacker. I might try that. How much would this contract be? Give me a second. This contract is massive. But I still think I'm going to keep it. 127 points. I'm also going to go after Terrell Suggs, though. Because, there's a chance the Redskins will just swoop in and steal DeMarcus Lawrence from me. And also, nobody's giving Terrell Suggs a contract, so I can get him for pretty cheap, most likely. So I'm going to do this just in case. I think as a fallback, We got DeMarcus Lawrence and Terrell Suggs. So that's interesting. I don't know if I want to keep DeMarcus Lawrence down here. Honestly, I feel like he might be good enough to play in a 3-4, even though he doesn't really fit this scheme. Because then I could probably throw Akeem Hicks to defensive tackle. And then just have Terrell Suggs play left out. I really don't know what I want to do yet, but I'll figure something out. I have the first overall pick in this draft, but I'm going to be trading that one away. Because I want to try to get some stuff for next season. A first next year, a first this year, and a second this year from the Redskins. Perfectly fine for me. The first player I want in this draft is like a mid-first round talent. And I'm going to be selecting him right now, I think, just because I really want him. You guys will understand in a second. Bryant Minter, A+ catching, A+ medium route running, and A spec catch. I don't think I've ever seen a player in Madden 18 with A+ in anything other than throw power. So this is nuts. A+ catching and A+ medium route running. Let's select this guy here. 85 overall. This guy won the Heisman, by the way. It's cool to see, though, that if they win the Heisman, they don't automatically have superstar development. He has no... Wait. Wait. This is not a custom draft class. I swear to you guys, this was an auto-generated draft class. If I can show it, I will show the segment of me hitting auto-generate rookies. But wait a second. What? This isn't real. Nah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Before I make my next selection, I just want to show you that this draft class also has this guy. Hayden Moore. I'm not going to select him because I'm going to trust Trubisky in this. But this guy's probably like an 85 overall. This draft class is ridiculous. This might be the best draft class ever, unless this is a normal thing. Because there's also 3 cornerbacks with over an 8. Okay, well, 2 over an 8, 1 with an 8. But, like, this is a ridiculous draft class. That guy was an 85 overall, but he had 2 stats that were 99. What even is that? I do want a linebacker, though. I'm not sure who to go with. I want somebody to play middle, but both of those guys are late. I think the next player I have on my watch list is one of those cornerbacks. So I think I can afford to trade away this draft pick, and then I'll probably just take my next one. Yeah, I'll trade away this one, and then I will take whatever one my next draft pick is. Not draft pack, what? There's a first with, the Browns this and next year. I wonder if that's their pick. I wonder if they went that far. That's pretty cool if they did. I'm not sure if they have more than one this year. Okay, I kind of just want draft picks for next year. There's a second this year with the Falcons, a first. I think I'm just going to go with the Bengals pick. So I have the 13th pick here, and I also have the 16th pick. But with this one, I'm going to go with, I think, the outside linebacker. I think this guy. DJ Pujad? I really don't know how to pronounce that. This guy looks really agile and pretty awesome, He's not going to be playing at outside linebacker since he doesn't fit the scheme there, in a 3-4 defense. But I think I'm going to slide this guy over to middle linebacker. He's an 80 overall. He has star development, too. This draft has been nuts. 86 speed. Where's his zone coverage? 64 zone is quite bad, but it's not the end of the world. 90 acceleration. He actually has pretty good block shedding and finesse move. He could almost stay over there. I'm not going to keep him there, but I mean, he could probably have some success. There are 3 very good-looking corners here. I think this guy might be the best out of all of them. Fisher Shepard. I mean, he has B- tackling, which is a really random stat to have. 4.42 speed. Hold on. 4.42 speed. Okay, those guys are tied. But somehow he's 4th. I don't know. And 4.55 speed. This guy's like super agile. He can, accelerate tremendously well. He's pretty strong as well too. But I think I'm gonna go with Fisher Shepard here. Let's see what he is all about. 80 overall superstar development. 92 speed, 77 man, 73 zone is actually really bad, but 84 press is good, 82 tackling is interesting, 94 agility, 92 acceleration, 96 jumping. This guy is a stud. I'm going to be taking this safety here, Seth Ravitz. I'm not sure if I'm going to start him over Eddie Jackson, but there's a chance. This guy actually looks really good. 4.34 speed is remarkable for a safety. He's first in broad jump, 3-cone, 20-yard shuttle, and bench press, so this guy might actually start. Let's go with him. 81 overall, quick development. I think I am going to start this guy. 93 speed, 77 zone, 81 man, 92 acceleration. I think Eddie Jackson is a higher overall, but this guy's also ranked 7th. Okay, that's cool. I'm going to start him. My next draft pick is in the 3rd round, so here I'm just going to be taking David Sands. I don't think this guy's going to be anything, spectacular, but I'm still just going to select him. He's a 74 overall, but he does have star development. He's actually a pretty good-looking player. 75 speed is horrible, the more I look at that, though. 83 tackling is not bad, 79 hit power, 82 acceleration. He'd be a fun player, to have in, like, a franchise mode, to try to build around or something, because he'll probably be really good one day. I'm just going to take a random player with this draft pick. I'm going to go with Akeem Miller. He has good spec catch. Why not? 75 overall, normal development. That was a pretty good player just to randomly select. 91 speed, but I think he's like 6'3". Okay, I thought he was actually a little bigger. But still, 91 speed, 6'3", not bad at all. I have 2 right tackles on my draft board. I'm not sure if either of them will start, but Spencer Flanders is the first guy here. Let's select him. He looks pretty decent. 73 overall. Not the best player I've ever seen, but obviously he's not the best player I've ever seen. What am I even talking about? But he's definitely not the worst. The last player I'm going to be selecting is Bryant Minter. He's probably just, as average as the last guy we selected. Let's go with him, though. 72 overall. They're pretty much like the same kind of player. This quarterback was not as good as I thought he was going to be. He is still very good. 93 throw power, 81 deep, 86 medium, 86 short. But in Madden 18, this player would have been like an 85. But still, 79 overall with superstar development is still a very good player. I know Charles Leno played really well for us last season, but I still want to upgrade to try to get this team, as good as I possibly can. I'm giving the Saints Nick Kwiatkowski a 1st and a 3rd round draft pick for Ryan Ramczyk. This is the team heading into the 2nd season. I think this team just got better. We're an 88 overall now, 93 offense, 91 defense. Trubisky is still like the weakest link on this offense, but he did play well last season. By weakest link, I meant like lowest overall. Like he actually did play well though, so he's not really that weak. Jordan Howard, Allen Robinson, and Minter are now here. Minter is ridiculous. I can't believe this guy was like this. Shouldn't even be fair. How do you have 99 catching as a rookie? I don't even know. I have no idea. Taylor Gabriel's still here. He's the 3rd receiver there. I think he's actually playing in the slot as well. David Bakhtiari is this left tackle. Is still Joel Bitonio. James Daniels, is that your first name? I'm gonna make sure I know these players now. James Daniels is the center. He's only 21 years old after his 1st season. He's a good player to go after as well. Cody Whitehair, Ryan Ramczyk round off the rest of the offensive line. Trey Burton is still the tight end. He had a really good season last year, so I hope he can do that again. Adrian Amos is the strong safety. I'm going to keep Eddie Jackson as the free safety. I could start Ravitz, but Eddie Jackson has star development, which is like pretty enticing to me, and I kind of want to see what he can do. Leonard Floyd is still the right out. Terrell Suggs is now the left outside linebacker. Leonard Floyd is a right out. Okay, I was just making sure. He has star development as well. I think that went up after this past year. That's nice. Roquan Smith is still the middle linebacker, number 1. And then Pujadi. I don't know. That's definitely not Pujadi. Pujad. I'm going to go with Pujad, I think. He's starting at middle linebacker, number 2. Of course, he was the outside linebacker we drafted. I just shifted him over to middle. I'm going to keep DeMarcus Lawrence at left end. Even though he's like a little bit undersized, he's 265 pounds. I still think he can get it done. 86 strength isn't bad, and he has 95 power moves. He's not the fastest player in the world with 80 speed, so I definitely think he can play in a 3-4 still. I don't know, maybe that's just dumb. Chris Jones is the right end. Akeem Hicks is going to be the number 1 defensive tackle at an 87 overall. Trevor Williams is the number 1 corner. Bryce Callahan is the number 2, and then Shepard is going to slide into the slot position. He's very good down there. 80 overall superstar development. Just to show you guys what I did, I moved him to the slot cornerback there. I mean, Ravitz, who's our safety, could have played that, but I'd rather have Shepard play more. And then Taylor Gabriel is the slot wide receiver, and I think everything else is where I want it to be. So I'll see you guys at the midseason mark. We are undefeated at the midseason mark, 7-0. The Cowboys are 2-5. The Packers 3-4, Lions 3-4, and the Vikings 2-5. A lot of players here have 1 skill point to spend. I'm pretty sure everybody that I can see has 1. I don't think anybody has 2 there on the offense. And then on the defense, Roquan Smith has 2. That's nice to see. What about this corner? He has 3. That's nice to see as well. So Chris Jones has to come back to this team. Definitely going to do that. One of our best defensive linemen for sure. Jordan Howard I want. Terrell Suggs I might negotiate with. I also just might let him walk because there might be, some really good players in this upcoming free agency period. If anything, I could always go after him again. Cody Whitehair I'll probably bring back. Leonard Floyd, same goes for him. So let's start with these negotiations. We have $43 million to try to get this done. I think we should be able to. Chris Jones, I actually didn't even read what it said, but he is coming back to the team. Nice to see. Jordan Howard, another player I for sure want. Only 24 years old in this, too. He's very young as well. He's coming back to the team. Terrell Suggs, like I said, I am going to let him go. He doesn't want that big of a contract, but still. Cody Whitehair I will bring back because he's currently our starting guard. It also doesn't mean I can't go after, a guard in the free agency period if there's a better one there. But Leonard Floyd I will bring back. I won't replace him, that's for sure, because I want him to keep playing, see if he can develop into a beast. He already is really good, but maybe, get better. I don't want anybody else here, though. We went 11-5 once again. I'm pretty sure that was our record last season, but we have to take on the 9-7 49ers. The Packers were 8-7-1, the Vikings 6-10, and the Lions 5-10-1. So the second half of the year was not as successful as the first half of the year for us. When did we lose? So 2-2 in the preseason, won the opening 7 games, then lost 2 in a row. That's some very embarrassing losses, especially since the Cowboys were 2-5 at that point. I think we beat the Chargers, lost 2 more, beat the Packers, lost to the Eagles, and then won the last 2 games. Check out the stats, though. Who won MVP? Leonard Fournette wins MVP. Not bad. That's pretty, typical. Mitchell Trubisky, not too many yards. Actually, not a great season at all. 27 touchdowns, 14 picks. Definitely played a lot better last year. Jordan Howard, really nothing special either. 950 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns for Tariq Cohen. 79 catches, 809 yards from Allen Robinson with 9 touchdowns. That's a pretty good year. 850 yards from Trey Burton with 5 touchdowns. Taylor Gabriel gets 6 touchdowns. Bryant Minter gets 5 touchdowns only. A bit, it's a bit frustrating, but it's okay. 11 sacks from Joel Bitonio, but everybody else played pretty well. 131 tackles from Roquan Smith, 106 from Adrian Amos this season. 14 tackles for loss for Chris Jones, 11 from DeMarcus Lawrence, who led our team in sacks with 15.5. 7 from Akeem Hicks is not bad from a defensive tackle spot at all. 3 picks from Bryce Callahan, 2 from Roquan Smith and Trevor Williams, and then 1 from Seth Ravitz and Eddie Jackson. So Ravitz did play a good amount. That's pretty cool. Where is our corner? Fisher Shepard did play. He had 81 tackles. So I kind of like how the scheme worked. We had a bunch of, young players, starting. No touchdowns, though. That's all good. 22nd in the NFL in offense. This team actually was not very good offensively, but then defense was 5th. So that's probably how we won a lot of our games. Leonard Fournette, like I mentioned earlier, does win MVP. Nobody from the Bears makes this list. NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Don't expect a Bear to be in this either. Defensive Player of the Year. Roquan Smith makes it at number 5. Nobody else from the Bears, though. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Bryant Minter comes in 4th. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Seth Ravitz comes in 3rd. Would have been awesome if he could have won that. Maybe then he could have started over Eddie Jackson. I don't know. Check out the experience, though. We probably don't have too much. 2 from Mitchell Trubisky, 2 from Allen Robinson, and from Minter. 2 from Ryan Ramczyk as well, about Taylor Gabriel down here. He does actually, he doesn't have any. That's kind of interesting. On the defense, we got 3 from Roquan Smith, 2 from Pujad, 2 from Adrian Amos, 2 from Eddie Jackson and Trevor Williams as well. Shepard has 5. That's actually pretty cool. Let me spend these quick. We now have a 93 offense and a 93 defense, settling at an 89 overall. I think this team's really good. We can definitely take down the 49ers. I'm sure we have a higher overall than them, but this is what the offense looks like. Trubisky's up to a 78 overall. Allen Robinson is a 90. Minter is up to an 87. Not horrible. And then here on the defense, Roquan Smith is up to a 93 overall. Adrian Amos is an 84. Nope, not an 84. 94. Trevor Williams is up to a 90. DeMarcus Lawrence is a 96 with confidence. We can definitely take down this team, but let's check out the 49ers overall. 84. We are an 89. We'd have the overall advantage on them. We should be able to win. Let's advance the week. Did we win in the wild card round? We did not. We lost 2 straight wild card rounds. That's kind of annoying. Let's check out what the score was, though. Jimmy G may have went off. I don't know. 26-21. This one was much closer, than the one last year against the Eagles. I have $16.9 million to spend in this free agency period. Who can we bring in? Tyreek Hill or Miles Jack? He would make for a good linebacker, combination with Roquan Smith. Nelson Aguilar is also here. I do want a wide receiver, though. Jalen Mills would be interesting. He can be our number 2 corner or something. I don't know. But let me go after Miles Jack, because I know I for sure want him. It's going to be a pretty big contract, but I definitely want to try to get him on the team. 96 points. That is enough, but I think I'm going to go over 100. Just to try to, ensure that I get him. 99. That's close. Let me up this a little more, and I'll go after a few more players, and I'll let you know who I end up getting. We ended up getting Myles Jack. I didn't have enough money to go after anyone else, but that's okay. I'm fine with just getting him. I don't really think this guy is going to be very good, but I'm still going to select him anyway. Jonathan Divins. Let's go with him. 79 overall, quick development, but you have 87 speed. Okay, that was a bit generous. 94 acceleration is pretty good. 88 agility isn't bad. I might start this guy in the slot. I don't know yet. This guy is still here, and he has an 8.1 combine grade. I'm going to take him. Why not? 80 overall, quick development. Don't think I'm going to start this guy, but he has 99 agility. Okay, alright. I still kind of need a linebacker because I forgot that we let go of Terrell Suggs. So I guess I'll go with Churfy Joseph. What a name, by the way. Let's see if he's any good. 76 overall, star development. Okay, that's interesting. I think I might actually start this guy then at left outside linebacker. I was going to trade for one, but like, he's not horrible, and he has star. He has a chance. I don't think I'm going to make any trades for this season. I like where the team is. I kind of like how I, did this rebuild. I didn't trade for like a ton of different players. I tried to use a lot of the players who are, already on the Bears, like Trubisky, Jordan Howard, Allen Robinson. Actually, I do want to change something though. Divins. I want him playing the third receiver spot. Can I make that over here for him to do? There we go. Divins is going to be playing in the slot. But yeah, like I said, I didn't really, trade for like a ton of different players. I mean, we got David Bakhtiari, Joel Bitonio, Ryan Ramczyk in here. But anyway, other than that, I like this team a lot. I think the offense is pretty good. If Trubisky can throw for like 4,300 yards, that's a bit of a stretch considering his past few seasons. But if that happens, I think this team will do very, very well. This defense is ridiculous now. 95 overall defense. The worst part is this left outside linebacker, but he still is not that bad. He's a 76 overall with star development, and he actually has pretty decent stats. I think he can play pretty well. Also, I just realized I did not spend Shepard's points. I just remember that for some reason right now, so let me do this. I'll show this part, just in case you guys don't know how this works. You get these little points, right, and they're kind of like packages of stats that they upgrade. It like changes depending on which archetype you want to upgrade. But this one, it gave him +1 to acceleration, man coverage, 3 to play rec, and 1 to pursuit. I kind of like this way of upgrading players a bit more than just having just experience, Just having just experience. Yeah, okay, good words there. Because, like, if you just have experience, there is a ton of stats that you just don't touch because it's impossible to get up more than one. Like, speed. Speed was like 20,000 on some players. Like, it was ridiculous. I've gotten packages where I've gotten 2 speed upgrades on the same player in one package, so that's pretty awesome. This one, I got +1 to awareness, block shed, 2 to man, 1 to play rec, and tackling and zone coverage. Like, you get a bunch of different stuff in these. It's pretty cool. I think each of these ups your overall like at least once. I'm pretty sure I've noticed one, where I got 2 overall boosts. I don't know, but he's an 84 now, and he's about to be an 85 after I spend this next one. This one was +4 to awareness, 1 to play rec, and 1 to tackle. That was an interesting one. And now he's an 85 overall. This one wasn't bad. There's 4 different things that went up. 2 to awareness, 1 to block shed, man coverage, and play rec. That wasn't horrible. So he's a very good cornerback now. He's going to be the number 2. Bryce Callahan can play the slot there. That's fine. I have a couple other things to upgrade, but I'm not going to do that right now. I think this team is very, very good though. They can definitely make it back to the playoffs. We went 8-8. Okay, well that's a rough way to end a rebuild. Maybe I'll go another season because that's just kind of interesting. I don't know how we went 8-8. Maybe Trubisky didn't play well. I don't know. I don't really want to replace him though. So if I do another season and we don't make the playoffs, that would just be tragic. 3-1 in the preseason. Lost the opening game. Won 4 in a row. Then lost to the Packers. Won 2. Lost to the Giants. Beat the Jaguars. And then lost 5 in a row. If we would have won 2 of these games, maybe even 1, we would have made the playoffs. And then we beat the Titans at the end. I think if we would have won 1 of those games, we would have made the playoffs. That's annoying. Let's check out the stats though. How did Trubisky play? 4,442 yards. That's actually a really, really good season. 26 touchdowns, 13 picks. That is great. I like how I said if he throws for over 4,300 yards, we'll make the playoffs, and we didn't. Rushing. Jordan Howard had 14 touchdowns, but really nothing like in the yardage department. This was a pretty bad year for him. Allen Robinson gets over 1,000 yards. Trey Burton actually almost gets 1,000 yards. That would have been cool. Jonathan Divins gets 4 touchdowns, 822 yards. Bryant Minter gets 2 touchdowns. Sacks. How was this? 15 from David Bakhtiari. That's horrible. 14 from Joel Bitonio isn't good either. And 11 from Ryan Ramczyk is quite bad as well. 128 tackles from Myles Jack. 108 from Roquan Smith. We have 9 tackles for loss for DeMarcus Lawrence. He had 11 sacks. He led the team. 6 from Chris Jones. And then 5 from DJ Pujade. Interceptions, 3 from Myles Jack, 2 from Seth Ravitz, 1 from Roquan Smith, Adrian Amos, Trevor Williams, Fisher Shepard, and Eddie Jackson. I did not check touchdowns. That was my bad. But we're 5th in the NFL in offense. Man, if Jordan Howard had just played a bit better, this team would have been in the playoffs for sure. And then 12th on defense. So Ezekiel Elliott does win MVP. Anybody from the Bears? I don't see anyone. NFC Offensive Player of the Year does go to Ezekiel Elliott. Nobody from the Bears. Defensive Player of the Year. Nobody from the Bears. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jonathan Divins comes in 3rd. I don't think there's anybody else from the Bears in that. Defensive Rookie of the Year, nobody from the Bears. So let me check out the experience quick, and then I think I'll go another season if my cap situation permits it. Like, if I can't bring back a ton of players and we just lose everyone, I probably won't go another season. But anyway, we have 1 skill point from Trubisky, Jordan Howard, Allen Robinson, and Ryan Ramczyk there. 2 from Daniels, 2 from Bryant Minter. Is that your name? Bryant? I think it is. It is Bryant Minter. I'll upgrade these later off camera. He's a very good receiver, but he's just not playing too well at the number 2 spot, I guess. This defense is a 97, and we're not even doing all that well. But we got 3 from Shepard, 2 from Trevor Williams, 2 from Roquan Smith and Joseph. Not horrible. I do want to try to get a different outside linebacker heading into this next year. Hopefully I can bring back all these players, though. David Bakhtiari tops the list of players we have to bring back. Ryan Ramczyk, Allen Robinson, Eddie Jackson, Trubisky. I skipped over Tariq Cohen because he's not, like necessary. You know, Adam Shaheen isn't necessary either. Can we bring all these players back? We might be able to. No, we are not going to be able to. Let me see if I can even get David Bakhtiari. He's coming back to the team. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any of these players. Allen Robinson? He's going to free agency. I don't even think I can tag him. Did I do it? I did tag him. Okay, I guess I had enough money to do that. Ryan Ramczyk. Can't bring him in. Oh, man. I can't even get Trubisky back then. This is a rough ending to a rebuild, but it might have to end here. I don't think I'm going to be able to make enough room to get all these players back. That sucks. I should have negotiated with them throughout the season. I just kind of, anticipated making the playoffs this year. Maybe I could still... I'm going to go one more season, regardless. And maybe I can just draft a quarterback. And then maybe try to replace some other players, different ways. So let me do that. I'll see you guys in the... I can go to the offseason. I can't bring anyone in, though. Might as well see who's here, I guess. Negative $11 million to spend. That's lovely. Who can we bring in? Tack McKinley would have been pretty cool. Deshaun Watson would have been awesome. It's okay, though. Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Ryan Ramczyk. So many players from that, from this most recent draft season are here. Draft year are here. But yeah, obviously, I can't negotiate with anyone. Let me try to, fix all these holes in the draft, and then maybe we'll make the playoffs. But I'm feeling... we're going to, miss the playoffs 2 straight years. I'm trading up in this draft here to try to help myself, draft a lot of players. So I'm giving the Bills Taylor Gabriel a first this year and next year for the first overall pick. And with this pick, I'm going with an outside linebacker. There's actually a pretty decent quarterback late in this draft, and I think he is going to be the quarterback I select, for this next year. But Marcus Vickers looks very, very good. And he's going to start for our team. 79 overall, quick development. He's actually ranked 23rd in the draft, but I still think I'm going to start him. I'm going with Dalton Summers here. This is the quarterback I was talking about. It's supposed to be a late 3rd round talent. I'm going to select him now, though. A- throw power, A- throw on the run, and B+ break sack. Pretty cool looking stats there. Let's go with him. He's an 81 overall with star development. That was a sick pick. 90 throw power, 80 deep, 86 medium, 82 short. 88 break sack, 85 speed. I did not want to get rid of Trubisky, so Bears fans, don't crucify me for doing that. I would have brought him back if I had enough money, but the money kind of just didn't permit, and I definitely wanted Bakhtiari and Allen Robinson, before Trubisky. I think you guys can kind of understand that one. But this pick, I'm going with an offensive lineman who's actually not there, man. I had a couple guards that looked good. Maybe I'm going to have to try to trade for an offensive lineman, for someone just to play there. Actually, do we still have Charles Leno? I don't think I do. I highly doubt I still have him. Alright, I might try to select a random person. I'll let you know if he's any good. Let's go with this guy. He looks pretty strong. Are you anything special? 74 overall. You could probably get the job done at right tackle, but I still might try to trade for one if I can. It turns out I still do have Charles Leno on the team, which is actually quite nice, because then I don't have to, trade for a right tackle. I can just leave it how it is. But this is what the offense looks like. The only real difference is that we have Summers now instead of Trubisky. Everything else I think is the same, obviously, other than the right tackle. And then here on the defense, I need to make sure I switch Ravitz to free safety. I have to spend a skill point first. Okay, be a hybrid guy. Okay, you're an 84 overall at strong safety. Not bad. I'm going to move him over to free safety. That's why I wasn't really that concerned about letting, Eddie Jackson go. If I could have brought him back, I probably wouldn't have even done it because I have this guy. And now we should have a better secondary for sure. I think this team could probably make the playoffs. I mean, we were 8-8 last year. If this rookie quarterback can play really well, this team should be in the playoffs again. We have a 97 defense. I mean, this team is pretty talented. So I'll see you guys at the end of the year. We got a first round bye this season. That is a lot better than what happened last year. We went 14-2. Wow. Okay, that was surprising. 11-5 from the Lions, 6-10 from the Vikings, 4-12 from the Packers. I'm actually really happy we went another season. Let's check out the team schedule. Won every game in the preseason. Won the first game, lost to the Browns, won 3 in a row, lost to the Rams, and then did not lose another game. That means this quarterback played really well. Ezekiel Elliott won MVP again. I think he won it last year too. 4,065 yards, 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. That's a pretty good season there from the rookie. Jordan Howard had a much better season than he did last year. 1,329 yards, 11 touchdowns. Trayvon Chambers had 8 touchdowns as a backup. 92 catches, 968 yards from Trey Burton with 9 touchdowns. Bryant Minter finally had a pretty good year. 11 touchdowns from him. Allen Robinson nearing in on 1,000 yards with 4 touchdowns. And Jonathan Divins had 9. Sacks, how was this? 10 from David Bakhtiari. Everybody else played a lot better too. 127 tackles from Roquan Smith, 101 from Fisher Shepard. Tackles for loss, 13 from DeMarcus Lawrence, 11 from Chris Jones, 10 from Akeem Hicks. Sack numbers, 11.5 from DeMarcus Lawrence, and 7.5 from a middle linebacker. Our third string middle linebacker. That's pretty cool. Interceptions, 6 from Adrian Amos, 4 from Fisher Shepard, 2 from Miles Jack, Trevor Williams, and Eduardo Pickens, and then 1 from Leonard Floyd, Roquan Smith, and Bryce Callahan. Leonard Floyd actually got a pick. That's pretty funny. Any touchdowns? We did not get any. That's okay. Let's check out the the stats here. 4th in the NFL in offense, and then defense was 5th. Okay, so much better than last season. I'm just going to say last year was a fluke. Ezekiel Elliott did win MVP, though. We already saw that. Our quarterback is in there at number 6 for, MVP. That's pretty cool. NFC Offensive Player of the Year does go to Ezekiel Elliott. Our quarterback is in there at number 5. Jordan Howard makes it in there at number 10 as well. Defensive Player of the Year, Roquan Smith is number 4. Adrian Amos is number 6. Fisher Shepard is number 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to our quarterback. That's nice to see. Nobody else from the Bears. Defensive Rookie of the Year, nobody from the Bears. Best quarterback, Dalton Summers comes in 2nd. That's pretty awesome. Best running back, Jordan Howard comes in 2nd. Okay, we're just right behind the Cowboys for that. Who won best quarterback? Hayden Moore. All right. Best wide receiver goes to Sterling Shepard. All right, anybody from the Bears? Bryant Minter actually makes it at number 9, kind of surprising. David Bakhtiari and Joel Bitonio start off the best offensive lineman list. Then Cody Whitehair and James Daniels make it at number 7. And number 8, Charles Leno is the only one who doesn't make it. Best D lineman, DeMarcus Lawrence is in there at number 4. Best linebacker, Roquan Smith, maybe? I'm surprised at that one. Best defensive back, Adrian Amos is number 2. Fisher Shepard is number 4. There we go. And then best kicker, we got nobody from the Bears. It's okay. This was a really good season. I am sorry, again, Bears fans, that Trubisky, wasn't here. That's kind of my fault. But 6 overall points for Summers is actually pretty nice. 2 from Jordan Howard, 3 from Minter, 1 from Allen Robinson, 2 from Hilbert there, 3 from Daniels, and 1 from a few other players. And then on the defense, Miles Jack did not get 1. How did this defense play? This is weird. 3 from Shepard, though. Isn't bad. 1 from Bryce Callahan, 2 from Ravitz. Let me spend all these before I get into the game. The team is fully upgraded, and now we are a 93 overall, 95 offense, 99 defense. His quarterback is up to an 89 overall. He is a pretty sick player. Jordan Howard's a 92, Allen Robinson 92, Minter a 93 with confidence there. 93 from Joel Bitonio, 85 from James Daniels, 84 from Cody Whitehair, and 79 from Charles Leno. What a legend. 88 for Trey Burton as well. 83 from Akeem Hicks down there. I'm just looking at the players who have confidence. Eddie Goldman has a skill point to use. I'm not going to bother with it, though. 98 from DeMarcus Lawrence, but 93 from Trevor Williams. Pretty good-looking team here. Our middle linebackers, I think Roquan Smith is like a 96, and Miles Jack is a 95. I mean, that's filthy. I'm going to put Roquan Smith above Miles Jack because I want that to happen. So we have to take on the Cowboys. Let's see what the overall difference is all about. We are 93. They are an 89. Maybe we can finally get a playoff win. With this good of a team, we should definitely be winning this game. Let's see what happens, though. Did we end up winning? We did. Can we go to the Super Bowl? Can we take down the Falcons? They're a rough team to beat, too. And we lost to the Falcons. Man, that sucks a little bit. Let me go to the playoff schedule. Did not mean to go to the news. It keeps skipping over the playoff schedule whenever I go, over all the way. Whatever. What was the score against the Cowboys game? That's the better one, of course, because we won 30-25, and then 24-28 against the Falcons. Definitely last season was a fluke. I mean, obviously. Well, thanks once more for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.